Right now, millions of people are waking up and unknowingly programming themselves for another day of mediocrity, limitation, and missed opportunities. They grab their phones, scroll through social media, and fill their minds with other people's problems before they've even gotten out of bed. But what if I told you that the first words you speak each morning have the power to completely transform your reality? Napoleon Hill, after studying over 500 successful millionaires, discovered a specific morning declaration that literally rewires your brain for success, abundance, and unstoppable motivation. This isn't about positive thinking or feel-good mantras that fade by lunchtime. This is about accessing a hidden mental switch that successful people have been using for decades, often without even realizing why it works so powerfully. The science is clear. Your brain is most receptive to new programming during the first hour after waking, and the specific words you're about to learn act like a master key that unlocks potentials you didn't even know you possessed. Most people will watch this video and do nothing with the information, but you're different. You're here because something inside you knows you're capable of more, and you're ready to claim the success that's been waiting for you. These aren't just words, they're mental commands that will begin transforming your life from the moment you speak them. When you wake up each morning, your subconscious mind is like a fresh canvas, ready to absorb whatever you paint on it. Most people unconsciously fill this precious mental space with worry, doubt, and negative thoughts from social media or news. But what if you could deliberately program your mind for success instead? Napoleon Hill discovered that the first thoughts of the day become the blueprint for everything that follows. Think of your morning routine as installing new software in the most powerful computer you'll ever own, your mind. The science behind this is fascinating and undeniable. During the first hour after waking, your brain operates in what researchers call the alpha state, a highly receptive condition where new neural pathways form more easily. This is why children learn languages so quickly in the morning, and why athletes visualize their performance before competitions. When you consciously choose empowering thoughts during this golden hour, you're literally rewiring your brain's default settings. It's like upgrading from a rusty old bicycle to a Ferrari. Same destination, completely different journey. Most successful entrepreneurs have discovered this secret without even realizing the science behind it. They instinctively know that how they start their day determines how they end it. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's a specific sequence of words that can amplify this effect beyond anything you've tried before. These aren't just positive affirmations or wishful thinking. They're precise mental commands that speak directly to your subconscious programming. What you're about to learn next will show you exactly how to tap into this hidden power. Napoleon Hill spent over 20 years studying the world's most successful individuals, and he noticed something peculiar about their morning routines. Each of them, without exception, began their day by speaking specific words that seemed to unlock extraordinary mental clarity and motivation. These weren't random positive statements, but carefully crafted declarations that followed a precise psychological formula. The difference between effective morning affirmations and life-changing mental programming lies in understanding how your subconscious mind actually processes and accepts new information. Your subconscious doesn't respond to vague, wishy-washy statements like, "I hope things go well today." Instead, it craves specific emotionally charged commands, delivered with absolute certainty and conviction. Think of it like programming a GPS. You can't just say somewhere nice and expect to arrive at your dream destination. Hill discovered that successful people unconsciously used what he called auto-suggestion, a specific way of communicating with their inner mind that bypassed all doubt and resistance. They spoke as if their success was already a done deal, not a distant possibility. The key is combining three elements: present tense certainty, emotional intensity, and vivid sensory details. When you say, "I am confidently attracting abundance into my life right now," while visualizing yourself actually experiencing that abundance, something magical happens in your neural pathways. But there's a fourth element that most people miss completely. And it's the secret ingredient that transforms ordinary affirmations into mind-altering powerhouses. This missing piece is what separates those who dabble in positive thinking from those who completely transform their reality. Your mind operates like a sophisticated computer, running programs that were installed years ago by your experiences, environment, and the people around you. Most of these programs were written when you were young and impressionable, often by well-meaning, but financially struggling adults who passed on their limiting beliefs about money, success, and possibility. Napoleon Hill realized that to achieve extraordinary results, you must first uninstall these outdated mental programs and replace them with success-oriented software. The morning hours are when your mental firewall is lowest, making it the perfect time for this crucial upgrade. Consider this. Every time you repeat a thought or statement, you're strengthening that neural pathway in your brain. It's like walking through a forest. The more you use the same path, the clearer and more established it becomes. When you consistently declare statements of abundance, confidence, and success each morning, you're literally carving new highways in your mind that lead directly to your goals. Meanwhile, the old pathways of doubt and limitation begin to fade from disuse. This isn't mystical thinking. It's practical neuroscience that anyone can apply starting today. The most successful people Hill studied had unconsciously mastered this process. They would wake up and immediately begin feeding their minds with thoughts of their inevitable success, their growing wealth, and their expanding influence. But they didn't just think these thoughts. They felt them, visualized them, and spoke them with the conviction of someone describing their current reality. What's fascinating is that many of them developed this habit naturally, before achieving their success, almost as if their future selves were reaching back to guide their present actions. The specific words they used followed a pattern that you can learn and implement immediately. Just as your physical body reflects what you consistently feed it, your mental and emotional state is a direct result of your daily mental diet. Napoleon Hill observed that unsuccessful people typically consumed a breakfast of worry, a lunch of complaints, and a dinner of fears about tomorrow. Meanwhile, those who achieved extraordinary success nourished their minds with thoughts of opportunity, gratitude, and unstoppable determination. The morning is when your mental appetite is strongest, making it the most important meal of your mental day. Most people unknowingly poison their mental diet by immediately checking their phones upon waking, flooding their consciousness with other people's problems, negative news, and the highlight reels of others' lives. This is like drinking poison and expecting to feel energized. Instead, imagine starting each day by feeding your mind the mental equivalent of a superfood smoothie. Thoughts and words that actually strengthen your confidence, sharpen your focus, and magnetize opportunities. The difference in your daily experience will be so dramatic that people will ask what's changed about you. The specific morning declaration Hill discovered acts like a mental multivitamin, delivering exactly what your subconscious needs to operate at peak performance. When you speak these words with genuine emotion and unwavering belief, you're not just thinking positively, you're activating dormant potentials within your mind that have been waiting for the right signal to emerge. Think of it as switching on lights in rooms of your consciousness that have been dark for years. But timing is everything with this technique, and there's a particular moment in your morning routine when these words become exponentially more powerful. After studying hundreds of successful individuals, Napoleon Hill identified the specific sequence of words that seem to unlock extraordinary mental power and unwavering self-motivation. These aren't generic affirmations you'll find in typical self-help books, but precise mental commands that speak directly to your subconscious programming. The most powerful version begins like this: I am the master of my thoughts, the captain of my soul, and the architect of my destiny. But the real magic happens in how you deliver these words and what follows next. The complete declaration includes acknowledgement of your inherent power, gratitude for your current blessings, and unwavering certainty about your expanding success. You must speak these words as if you're addressing the most important person in the universe, because you are. Your tone should convey absolute conviction, not hope or wishful thinking, but the calm certainty of someone describing an obvious fact. Hill discovered that when people spoke this way to themselves consistently, their external circumstances began shifting to match their internal declarations within weeks, sometimes days. The full morning declaration works because it combines multiple psychological triggers. It establishes your identity as a powerful creator, activates gratitude, which science shows immediately elevates your emotional state, and programs your subconscious with specific success expectations. But here's what makes this approach revolutionary. You're not trying to convince yourself of something that feels untrue. Instead, you're awakening and acknowledging powers that already exist within you, waiting to be activated. When you speak these words tomorrow morning, you'll immediately feel the difference, and that feeling will be your first clue that everything is about to change. What morning words or phrases have you found most powerful for starting your day? Share in the comments below. Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. The morning declaration you've just learned isn't magic. It's psychology, neuroscience, and Napoleon Hill's decades of research distilled into a simple daily practice that anyone can master. But knowledge without action is just entertainment, and your future self is depending on the decision you make right now. Will you wake up tomorrow and immediately begin rewiring your mind for success? Or will you let another day slip by while your dreams remain just dreams? Your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever possess. But like any tool, it only works when you use it intentionally. The successful people Hill studied didn't wait for motivation to strike. They created it every single morning with the words they spoke to themselves. You now have the same tool they used, the same psychological advantage that separated them from the crowd. The only question is, what will you do with it? This channel exists to give you the mental tools and psychological strategies that actually work, not just pretty theories that sound nice. If you're serious about transforming your life and unlocking your hidden potential, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make in this moment, and I'll be here to guide you every step of the way toward the success you deserve.